This update pertains to Canadian business owners, but of course this has implications for workers employed by those businesses. This morning, Friday, March 27th, the federal government has announced a massive increase in the temporary wage subsidy that was announced just last week. That original wage subsidy was 10%, up to $1,375 per employee and up to $25,000 per employer. The government has just announced that the new subsidy is now 75%. Now, the official government backgrounder has not been released that I can see of as of the time of this recording, but that would presumably mean that up to $10,300 and change per employee would be available as a subsidy if we just did a straight extrapolation out. Now, that means that if you were paying an employee $4,000 per month, you would receive $3,000 in this subsidy. And you would use this subsidy amount to reduce income tax remittance to the government. But note that the subsidy is considered taxable income to the employer in the year you receive it, if it's the same treatment as the 10% subsidy that was announced last week. Again, we don't actually have the details yet, but I would imagine that the same tax treatment would apply to this new higher 75% subsidy amount. Also note that this subsidy will be backdated to March 15th. Also announced, the Canada Emergency Business Account, which I presume will be called the CEBA, looks to allow banks to offer $40,000 in government guaranteed loans to eligible businesses, which will be interest-free for the first year. And it is also possible that the first $10,000 of those loans can be forgiven. Two other big announcements: another $12.5 billion in credit for businesses through Export Development Canada, EDC, and BDC, Business Development Canada. As well, there is also a deferral on the payment of GST and HST and excise taxes or import duties until June to help with cash flow management right now. All of these measures were, again, just announced this morning, Friday, March 27th, and the final details are still to be released as of the time of the recording of this video. So make sure to visit the official government websites to stay up to date on the finer points. And also keep in mind that, things have been moving fast. Some of the originally announced programs have already been subject to modification, so things can keep changing. In the meantime, stay vigilant and stay safe.